Welcome to Scott Cooks. Today we're going to be making ham and cheese croquettes. Let's get started. To start this recipe off, we're going to need some mashed potatoes. Let's make those. Alright, I've got some russet potatoes here, 3 of them, pretty good size. We're going to go ahead and just cube these up and get them over into the Foodi. Got a little, make sure we cut out any bad spots. Right now there is no liquid in the Foodi. I'm just putting these in, and after I get them in, we'll cover the potatoes with water. Now for this recipe, I just need a simple, basic mashed potato. All my flavoring will be coming from what I'm going to put inside of it, the croquette. These are big potatoes. This is probably a little more mashed potatoes than I'll need, but I don't mind having leftover mashed potatoes. Can make a lot of things with them. And we're going to cover the potatoes with water now. And there you go. I've got the potatoes covered with water. We're going to go ahead and get these under pressure. Make sure you set it to seal. It's all the way over to the left. Power up the Foodi. Pressure defaults to high. I'm going to do 7 minutes. At the end of 7 minutes, I'll do a quick release. Okay, while we're waiting on our potatoes, let's go ahead and get a few more ingredients prepped. We're going to want about a 1/4 cup of diced onion. That's to taste, of course. If you don't like onion, don't put that much in there. Or you can put more. Whenever I give you, unless we're making a pastry or something that has to have exact measurements, I'm just giving you general ideas. And if there's an ingredient you don't like a lot of, just hold back on it. Or if there's something you say, well, why didn't you use more of that? Well, go ahead, use more. That's the beauty of cooking. Everybody likes different things. Okay, that's about a 1/4 cup. I'm not going to measure, but that's pretty close. Now I'm just putting this over in a bowl. Dumping the onions in a bowl there. And I'm going to get about a cup of diced ham. Whatever kind of ham you have, I happen to have some of these ham slices here that I want to use up. So I'm just going to take a bunch of slices like this. And this is pre-cooked ham. Now we'll turn this into some pretty fine diced ham here. As far as the cheese part is concerned, that is entirely up to you. There are so many great cheeses that go with ham. I'm going to be using a traditional. I've got a block of Swiss. So I'm going to cut off some slices of the Swiss here and shred them up and put them in the bowl. In fact, I might just use a shredder. We'll see how that goes. I do like a lot of cheese, so I'm gonna cut off about 1/4 of this block. And that's a fair amount of cheese there. I've decided to use my grater. I'm probably going to use this side right here, and I'm going to grate it directly into the bowl. All right, I didn't use quite all of that block because I think I have a really good cheese to ham ratio here. So I'm going to leave it just like that. Let's go ahead and release the pressure. All right, the button is dropped. It means it's safe to remove the lid. Now I've got a colander sitting over in my sink, so I'm going to lift out the pot and drain the water from the potatoes. Now, obviously these are incredibly hot, so we're just going to need to let them cool enough so that we can work with them. And what we're going to do is we're just going to remove the skins. You probably noticed I didn't peel them. Well, that's because the skins just fall right off after they're cooked, see? But once they get cool enough to work with, we'll pull the skins off and we'll go ahead and mash them up. We're going to put a little butter, a little milk, and then we're going to need to get these chilled. We're going to add this to our other mixture, of course, and we're going to have to chill the whole thing. And if you're in a hurry, you can pop it into the freezer for about 15 minutes. I'm just going to put mine in the refrigerator because I have some time. I started this pretty early. Let's get these cooled and then we'll pull the skins off. Go ahead and make the mashed potatoes, but I've peeled the skins off and these are still pretty warm, and that's the way you want to do this because you need to get your butter to melt. I'm using real butter, salted sweet cream butter. I'm going to cut me off 2 tablespoons of butter. Get those right on top of those really hot potatoes. And we're going to let the potatoes melt the butter. And then we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of whole white milk. But do not add the milk until you got the butter melted, or you're never going to get your butter melted because you'll cool it off too fast. I see so many people do that and then they end up with chunky butter. So just be patient. It will melt pretty quickly, these hot potatoes. And of course you could have always brought your butter out ahead of time and softened it. Now, if you don't have any crazy special seasoning, just salt and pepper here is all you need. I'm going to be using this. If you don't have it, try it. You'll never use regular salt and pepper again after you use this. This is a lot of flavor, so you do not need much of it. And we'll just mix that in, and we are making mashed potatoes, guys, so don't be afraid to smash things up here. I'm just trying to get the butter going first, and then I'm going to mash the heck out of it. See, I still got some little minor chunks of potatoes in there. That's fine for what we're going to be doing with this. It's still pretty creamy. If you haven't figured out what a croquette is yet, this is basically going to be the batter, if you will. All right, remember the ham and cheese and onion? We're going to add the potato to it. Now, I may have made a little too many potatoes, so we're going to do this slowly. And make sure we got the correct ratio. I might have got it right. I'm going to need a little more potato here. You want to be able, when this is finished, you want to be able to form balls or ovals or whatever with your hand, because that's what we're going to fry up in the Foodi. Okay. Can use a little more potato. We'll just throw it all in there. Looks like I got the right amount. That looks great. I'm going to give that a really good mix. Okay. Now we're going to need to chill this so we can work with it. And once we get it chilled, we're going to put a little bit of flour on our hands. And we're going to reach in there and we're going to make little balls and flatten them out like this. And then we're going to put those on a plate and we're going to chill those even further. And then we're going to pull those out, drop them into egg yolk wash, into some panko crumbs, into the Foodi. The batter's been in the refrigerator for about 40 minutes. It's nice and chilled. What I'm going to do is get some flour on my hands, jump in here, pull out a nice ball of the potatoes, see if I can form it into a patty. I've put a little flour, probably too much flour, but I got a little flour on the bottom of this platter here. We're going to just lay them out on that. And then we're going to get them back in the fridge and chill them some more. I don't want a flour crust on these because I'm going to be battering them. This is just to keep them from sticking. And that seems to be working pretty nice. So we want this shape right here, like a disc. And we're just going to make a bunch of those. And you see it gets a little sticky. Just get a little more flour. There we go. Just enough so you can make your little disc out of it without it sticking everywhere. That's 4 there. I think you can see that. My hands are too messy to grab the camera, but there you go. There's 4 on that plate, and I luckily have a second plate handy. Get a little flour down there. Let's see if we can get 4 more of these. 1, 2. This batch will be a little smaller. I made those a little too big, but what we're going to do is pop these back in the fridge because we need to chill these. and you need to figure out when you want to start your Ninja Foodi process. And 15 minutes before that, oh, let's go with 20 minutes. Before that, you want to pop these into the freezer. They won't freeze in 20 minutes, but they're going to get real cold. And that is so that we can get them into the egg batter and the panko and then straight into the Foodi. That's how we're going to do it. What we've got here is 2 egg yolks. No whites. These have been in the freezer for 20 minutes. They're not frozen, but they're pretty cold. This is some breadcrumbs, panko. The Ninja Foodi is on Air Crisp 390. I just turned it on. That is to preheat it. Let's get this batter going. All right, it's a pretty simple operation here. Take one, dip it in the egg yolk, get it over into the breadcrumbs. And do that 3 more times. Okay, let's get cooking. What we're going to do here is take your favorite spray. We want to coat the basket. And we're going to go ahead and set the croquettes right down in the basket. We're going to do our 10-minute check here. Oh, they're looking mighty good. I'm going to give them an additional 3 minutes. 3 minutes, we'll be having dinner. And that was another 3 minutes. Oh yeah, cheesy gooiness. That's what we're after, guys. Let me get you a shot of that. Ham and cheese croquette, diced ham, Swiss cheese, chopped onion, mashed potatoes, everything cooked in the Ninja Foodi. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. Leave me some comments. Hit that like button. Don't forget to click the bell for notifications. I want to thank everybody for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.